What's up gamers, it is me, Fun Guy. Today, what I've got for you is my lowdown on the different vehicle loadouts in Battlefield 1. Some of you may not even be aware of these, but they are accessible through the respawn screen the same way that you would edit a soldier loadout. Now if you find this helpful and or enjoyable, please smash that thumbs up button and consider clicking that subscribe button to receive more content from me in the future. So now that that is out of the way, let's move on to our first vehicle. It is the FT17 Light tank, of course. And for this one, the clue is in the name. So it's got the ammo and medic box, as you can see, as one of its droppables. It's also got the 6-pounder gun and a machine gun. The idea of this is you roll up, do a bit of damage, support your squad a bit, get a few kills maybe, and then because it's a light tank you can just quickly retreat when things start to get hairy, as you can see here. So it's a good jack of all trades really. Now the other two are a bit more specialised, so let's take a look at the first one of those now, and that is the flanker variant. Here we go. So once again, the clue is in the name. This is the flanker variant. Now it forgoes the machine gun completely on this version and replaces the cannon with a nice little auto cannon here, so it's got the best of both really. Nice rate of fire compared to the cannon, so a bit like the machine gun, but it's also got some armor piercing capabilities. The shells are explosive, so this is just a good all-round cannon, probably my favourite to be honest. And if that's not enough for you, it's also got the anti-tank mines that you can lay while you're retreating, so you can take out those pesky larger tanks in a very sneaky and probably annoying way. And let's face it, it feels great to get revenge on those larger lumbering tanks when you're in a little dinky thing like this. This variant also has the quick track repair, so that if you get immobilised you can quickly get moving again. Very handy for escaping, as you're going to be doing a lot in this version. Now let's take a look at the Howitzer light tank, the last of our three variants. This one's quite different from the other two. The primary weapon's actually the machine gun, with the Howitzer being the secondary weapon. You only get 4 shots before it needs to reload, which is not the best, but considering it's a light tank we can overlook that. The other big downfall for this version is the turret does not fully rotate. It's got a fixed turret in which the cannon can move left and right for about looks like about a 45-degree arc, so you're going to have to manoeuvre the tank in order to get those shots off, which can be a bit difficult, but you just can't beat that Howitzer in terms of stopping power, and in such a mobile package this is a great addition. So next up we've got the artillery truck, and this first variant is the armoured artillery truck. This version has a front-mounted machine gun, as they all do, as well as this 75mm anti-tank gun. This is absolutely devastating when used effectively, highly annoying when it's used against you, as you can pretty much park it at the back of the map and shoot people from a distance. That's how it's often used, but I like to drive up close, get my shots off, quickly rinse some infantry with the machine gun, and then retreat before the enemy get a chance to have a shot at you properly. The next version, however, takes that indirect fire to a whole new level, and this is the armoured mortar truck. It's equipped with a heavy mortar instead of the 75mm anti-tank cannon, and as you can see from the video clips, it's highly effective at both infantry and vehicle devastation. Also good for scaring people off of a flag that they might be guarding, so this one is my firm favourite for the artillery truck. Now let's have a look at the last variant, which is the anti-aircraft truck. This is equipped of course with one of those anti-air stationary guns that you find around the map, but this time it's on a mobile platform. This one's great to use when the enemy team is being rather pesky with their bombers, with their attack aircraft. Just gives you a little bit of flexibility to take the fight to them. So next up we got the last of our light vehicles, and that is the assault truck, this one being the armoured assault truck. This one, much like the close support light tank, is meant to support the infantry. It's got the little ammo and health drop as a secondary. It's also got the main cannon, a front mounted machine gun, and there's a position for a passenger to use 2 machine guns also. I don't like to use these assault trucks too much, but they do have their uses, especially as they are quite a bit faster than the light tank. You could get in there quite quick. However, the armour of course is not quite so heavy, so you do have to get out pretty quick once they start to target you. Now what we're actually looking at here is the anti-tank version of the assault truck. This one comes with the anti-tank cannon on it instead of the standard all-purpose gun. And it is also actually equipped with one of the anti-tank grenades as one of its pieces of equipment, so don't forget to use that if you're in a tight spot up close with an enemy tank. It'll definitely come in handy. Finally, we have the reconnaissance assault truck. This version is equipped with a cannon that has an airburst. That's the only difference. So now we're finally on to the main battle tanks, and the first up is the Saint-Chamond, this version being the field assault tank. This variant is mostly known for the emergency barrage, as shown here. This is absolutely awesome. I love driving into the enemy lines, pulling this off, then quickly burning rubber or track as the case may be and getting out of here. It's also got a main cannon with both high explosive and canister rounds, as well as machine guns all around for the other guys to use. Next up we have the standoff assault tank. This one is more for long range engagements, so we've got a 75mm anti-tank gun on the front. It also has this handy spotlight which spots any enemies that fall within its glare. This version replaces the canister shot with a machine gun instead, so it gives you a bit of infantry devastation ability at range, but mainly that 75mm cannon, as well as the flashlight here, just helps you spot and kill any pesky tanks in the area. Finally, we've got the gas assault tank. This one's a bit of a quirky one, but it's quite fun to use. The main cannon is replaced with a timed fuse cannon, so you fire it, it's a bit like a grenade launcher. You fire it, the shell bounces a bit, then explodes. Secondary fire on this is gas canisters, pretty much like a gas grenade you'd get on your infantryman, but it's a fired shot. It's also got a smokescreen gas cloud it can deploy as a secondary piece of equipment. And next, of course, it's the A7V, and this one is the heavy assault tank. This one's equipped with its main cannon. You've got the machine guns all round, which your squad mates can use to keep you covered. As a secondary on the cannon, it's got the canister shot. You've also got a deployable smoke screen as well as a quick repair. This one's just a great general purpose tank, but some of the other variants are a bit more specialised. So let's take a look at the first one of those now, and that is the heavy breakthrough tank. This version replaces the main cannon with a 57mm anti-tank gun. Unfortunately, this doesn't have much explosive power, as you can see here, so this is more for breaking open enemy buildings and taking out enemy tanks. It does have the canister shot for a secondary. It's also got the ability to drop supplies for your squad mates, so this is more of a infantry support vehicle once again. But in that role it is highly effective. That cannon's going to make mincemeat out of any enemy tanks you come across, coupled with the heavy armour of this tank in general, and you're going to be winning most of the one-on-one tank-to-tank fights you do come across. All you've got to watch out for is those enemy infantry getting too close. Hopefully your squad mates will be doing that for you. Now the final variant, this is my absolute favourite of these. This is the heavy flame tank. You've got the standard cannon on the front as per usual, but instead of the canister shot, instead you've got a flamethrower. As well as that, the squad mate positions inside the tank have the flamethrowers as well. And to cap it all off, it also has a quick repair and a gas emitter as its equipment, making this tank amazing at getting stuck in up close with the enemy infantry, especially if you've got a full squad in there with you. I mean, what infantryman's going to come near you with flames licking out through the tank in all directions, as well as chemical gas? It just can't be beat. That, coupled with it still having the cannon on the front, just makes this a no-brainer for me. I always go with this version. But now let's take a look at the final tank on our list, and that is the Mark V. This first variant is the Mortar Landship, known so because it's got the heavy mortar placed on the back. This is only a one-shot mortar though, which makes it not that appealing to choose from. It's also worth noting that this tank truly is a squad vehicle, meaning you kind of need teammates to make this tank effective. Because the cannons are on the side, you can't operate them yourself. You need at least a couple of squad mates. But now let's have a look at the second variant, which is the Tank Hunter Landship. This of course is equipped with the 1918 tank gewehr for you to use front and rear. Switching between your primary and secondary just switches for doing back and forth. And this is great for sniping at enemy tanks from a long distance. As you can see here, I've disabled him. And another shot and he's done. It's also very good for sniping enemy infantry, as you can see here. So this would be a good choice if you fancy yourself as a bit of a marksman but you want a tank. Picking this version allows you to satisfy both itches at the same time. Just don't forget about your poor squad mates on the side cannons. Make sure they still have the opportunity to shoot things as well. And finally we've got the Squad Support Landship. This one replaces the tank gewehr guns with an autocannon. So this one pretty much is my favourite. It's just got that versatility. It also has the supply drop and a track repair on it for you to use. Now that is all for today. Next week I'll be back with a comparison video. Carbines, which one is the best? We'll find out next Sunday. So thanks everyone for watching the video today. Hope you enjoyed. If you haven't smashed that thumbs up yet and you've gotten to this point, you've come this far, you might as well click it. Thank you very much. I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.